Hey everyone. So today we're going to talk about the 3 types of soul relationships. Now this video has been on my roster for a bit, mainly because there's a lot of bad information out there. So I just want to get you some basic definitions and have you have a basic understanding of these so that you can decide what type of relationship you may be experiencing or looking for. So for anybody who's never seen my face before, hi, I'm Elizabeth Blackwell from Blissful Home and Body, and I specialize in setting sacred spaces and helping people along their journey to their highest and greatest self. So let's get started. Before I get started, if you hear any background noise, I am currently sharing a wall with my 15-year-old daughter who is on the phone with her 23-year-old eldest brother, and they are discussing some online dating mishaps. And it's loud and very emotional, but in a comical way. And so I guess it's very fitting for today's video. We're going to talk about the 3 types of soul relationships. And my guess is, by the time you've gotten to me in this video, you've heard these 3 terms. But I want to make sure that you have at least some basic understanding of these, because I have stumbled across a lot of bad information. So I just want to make sure that the proper information is out there for you to make the decision of what type of relationship you may have experienced, be experiencing, or are looking to experience. The 3 types of soul relationships are a karmatic, a soulmate or a soul contract, and a twin flame. And it's that last one that has the most craziness and the most bad information out there. But we'll get into that. In general, I will say that you can find these in any area of your life or any of your connections. This could be friends, this could be family, this could be partners, this could be even general acquaintances, at least for 2 out of the 3 as far as acquaintances. But what a karmatic relationship is, at its core, this is any relationship or connection that you have that is meant to teach you a lesson. And so this is going to be what the majority of relationships or connections that you're going to have. Because if you think about it, think about the number of individuals when you're looking to connect, again, whether it's friends or partners or any of that, that you're discovering what you don't want. You're learning what you do not want to have in your life. And so you can just say, well, learn very quickly that that's not for me. But this could be a very quick, or this could be a much more in-depth relationship. But this is the one that generally you don't really know that it was a karmatic relationship until you've experienced the lesson, which a lot of times means that you've come to the end of the relationship. But again, it can be a very quick thing, or it can be a long-term thing. But somewhere in there, your soul needed to learn a lesson. A soulmate or a soul contract is any connection that before you incarnated here on this earth, that you had an agreement to bring about something, bring something into this world, build something together, or to experience something together. Now, the thing that you need to understand about soulmates is that this one has the widest variety. You can have a very low-level soulmate, which tends to be a quicker relationship. Again, whether that's friends or partners or any of that, but that you meet the individual, you experience something or bring about or build something relatively quickly, and then you move on from that individual. all the way up to somebody that you meet at a point in time and you're together with that person until the day one of you transcends on from this earth and dies. So this one has that largest spectrum in there. That was the word I was looking for earlier. The largest spectrum of relationships that can fall into this category. A good example of this is either within marriages or partners where children were meant to be brought onto this earth. That would be an example of a soulmate. It doesn't have to be children. It could be building a business together or even just going through an experience together. This is where you get friends who are true soulmates because they go through things and they help each other go through whatever that is. So this one again has that really large spectrum in there. But soulmates are also very common relationships that you can have. The third type of soul relationship is a twin flame relationship. And this one is the one that has the most craziness and a lot of bad information out there. So the one thing that generally everybody can agree upon is the fact that a twin flame is where one soul is incarnated into two bodies at the same time on Earth. It is the same general understanding as reincarnation. The idea that you were on, that your soul was in a different body, but it was before you came to this earth. With a twin flame, you are one soul in two bodies at the same time. And this one is so commonly misrepresented because this one is one, the hardest to identify, but two, it is also a fairly, I don't want to say special thing, but is a fairly infrequent occurrence. It is somewhat of a phenomena nowadays that we are having this experience happen as often as it has. But there is a lot of this idea that when you meet somebody and you feel like you've known them previously and that there is instant connection, and then of course when you bring in things like passion, that it must be a twin flame relationship. Well, any of those things could exist in a soulmate. So it is just a much more difficult to identify. And I am not here to tell you whether or not you're experiencing a twin flame relationship any more than I should tell you what you should do with your life. You have to determine that for yourself. I will say that it takes a little deeper reflection to figure out if an individual truly is your twin flame. That, first of all, it's never going to happen twice in a lifetime. So you can't meet somebody and say, they're my twin flame, and have it not work out, and all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, that's my twin flame. Now you can have a false twin flame, where you believe somebody to be that, and then have the real thing occur, but both will never be an actual twin flame relationship. I'm careful to say this because the one thing that will be across the board in a twin flame relationship can also be present in a soulmate, but overall is that it will quickly upon meeting this individual, that a great deal of growth will be sparked. Within a twin flame, the best way to look at it is that this person will serve as your perfect mirror. They will reflect back to you your deepest fears, desires, lessons that you need to learn, things that you need to experience, all of that sort of stuff. So it is a very highly emotional thing, and there's a lot going on there. But you just have to be very careful not to confuse a soulmate or even a karmatic relationship with a twin flame. And then one of the things that is that I have seen that is, I will have to say, infuriating. The idea that you need to hire a coach or an individual to help you figure out how to navigate a twin flame relationship is absolutely ridiculous. This is a perfect example of how people take the sensitivities of something, specifically here, a spiritual relationship, and use it to benefit themselves. Now, I do believe that anybody with a specific set of skills absolutely deserves to make money for their services and time. But anybody who is selling to you, when I specifically found out that there's an entire multi-million-dollar company that has a downline, which means they recruit individuals to recruit individuals in order to become coaches within helping people through their twin flame relationships, is appalling to me. This is something that you have to dive deep into yourself to discover. And I'm not saying that there's not good information out there that will teach you how to do a lot of that work. But I'm telling you that the idea that you're going to be recruited onto a company in order to recruit others onto a company so that you can sell classes and become coaches is not how this spiritual journey works. Sorry for that little bit of a rant, but it is something that I feel very passionate about. So I hope this video served you well to help give you a little bit better definition and helped you to understand that you are the only person that can truly determine what sort of relationship you have experienced or are in, or maybe even looking for. If it did, I would love it if you would hit that like button or even potentially subscribe as we build this community of individuals to support each other along the journey to your highest and greatest selves. So I hope you all stay well, my friends.